Hey everybody, I'm Eric McBride. We're at MTAC in Muncie, Indiana. I'm with Chief Training Officer Luke Vilsmeyer and our special guest, Jim Anthony from USCCA. Today we're going to be talking about our new partnership with USCCA and what that means to our students, our alumni, and the new alumni that will be coming in from you guys, and then we'll talk about how that meshes together. So Jim, if you don't mind, tell us a little bit about USCCA, the training. I think most people, first of all, it's United States Concealed Carry Association, and I don't think most people realize how much into training you guys are into.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. USCCA is over 600,000 people, growing extremely fast throughout the nation, and their whole focus is training and education tools and resources to help responsible gun owners prepare mentally, physically, and legally for acts of self-defense. So when you log into the USCCA, there are 3 different qualification levels of all kinds of basic fundamental things like marksmanship and safety and how to talk to kids about firearms and all that, defensive shooting, drills and skills, concealment cover, all those things, and then emergency preparedness, mass shooter threats. So there's a ton of content there, and then there's additional content, over 200 lessons in the elite level, which basically, for example, the Proving Ground is probably my favorite course. 15 and a half hours of content, 76 lessons, putting people in real world situations where they don't know how to handle it. So they go in, you're watching videos like a Netflix series, they're failing miserably. The firearms instructors come in, show them how to do it right. They iterate a few times and they get better. And as the USCCA members are watching this stuff, they're sitting there thinking, okay, how would I have handled that? What would I have done? And then they're learning from the instructors. And when you're done watching that, you've achieved a great deal of mental preparedness.
That sounds really familiar to me.
So yeah, well, the next step, that's why we're here today, because MTAC now is the physical manifestation, could be, of what you're going to witness in the USCCA Protector Academy online. You're going to see all these great scenarios played out. This facility could recreate those in the physical, real world and put a little stress on people with force-on-force, UTM, and all that. So it's pretty exciting what's possible here.
Absolutely, and obviously we've already talked about that, but we're letting everybody else know today that the partnership's already happening, and we're going to push from there. So what that means for MTAC and the training division is bringing more of your, we'll call them basic fundamental type courses to MTAC. So they got the video series they can do at home. They've got their first steps, if you will, by coming here and getting USCCA courses that help them, with their fundamentals, all the stuff that you just talked about, and then the next level in our American Patriot series, being able to manifest all those and testing themselves there. What's great about that is that now forces us to really, take a look at our American Patriot series, bring in some new instructors, make it more robust and prepared for bringing those people in. I know that puts a lot more on Luke. However, that's kind of where we're going, and it's just a beautiful thing.
Well, then we're going to add another layer too. You've got the USCCA curriculum, the Concealed Carry Home Defense Fundamentals. There's a textbook and a whole process for that. Then there's Defensive Shooting 1, Defensive Shooting 2. So to have Luke and his team of instructors teaching that curriculum as a layer within the MTAC program is just another phenomenal synergy between the two organizations.
It really is. I think that for our alumni and for our future alumni, it's a complete package. It gives them the opportunity to come out here and get all the training they need from different instructors, which is something that we always impress upon people to do.
Yeah.
And so what it's exciting for us is we're always trying to find new ways to get the person that's sitting on the couch, not real sure about going out and training. I don't want to be, screw up in front of people. I don't want to, be seen in my infancy in firearm handling.
Yeah.
They get to watch it on TV.
Yeah.
They get to watch it from their computer.
Yeah.
Then, okay, I'm starting to feel a little bit more like I can probably go out there and know a little bit more what I'm doing. Now it's time to come in and get those fundamental courses.
I don't think it's possible to find more thorough, soup to nuts firearms training than what we're talking about here. This kind of partnership My biggest passion is getting all those, I think there's like 12 million new gun owners in the country over the last couple of
There's
years.
a lot of them.
As an RSO last year, got to meet a number of those folks who they don't know how to pick up a gun. A lot of them are bringing us, first time I've ever shot this. And so we can take them from that all the way to some pretty advanced understanding of competence in how to handle a firearm and how to handle different situations with a firearm.
And I know for us, that is so important. It completes the whole package, because when our alumni finally, unfortunately, have to utilize those skills, and they're going to do well. They're going to win. They're going to know the situation. They're either going to avoid it, or if they do have to engage, they know exactly what to do. And then with the relationship with USCCA, they're going to have more tools in their toolbox than the average concealed carry owner out there.
By far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that to us means the most, is knowing that we're sending people out those doors more confidence and more prepared, more tools.
Yeah, they'll be extremely capable, and then with this kind of well-rounded program, they're also going to know when to use that force.
Absolutely.
And that is another kind of favorite subject of mine, is helping people understand if you draw a firearm a little too soon, you can be charged with murder. If you draw a little bit too late, you may not survive. You need to know what that zone is.
What better way to find out if those in particulars than in these four walls?
Yeah,
right here.
exactly.
Well, that's fantastic. We're so excited about being able to do this. And for everybody watching, just keep an eye out on our website, and you're going to start seeing the classes come in to the calendar. You're going to start seeing announcements of new instructors that Luke's bringing on. Yeah, just keep an eye out. We're pretty excited about it, and I really appreciate you coming up for this today. It means a lot to me. Luke, let's talk about Tier 1. We just had an IC1. It was great. Matter of fact, it was so good, I think we've got a private IC1 coming up.
Matter of fact, we do.
And
One of the students that was in the course decided that he had a whole bunch of people that needed the training and wanted to get it on the books for a private course where it's just his guys and the guys he works with and trains with and all of that. And we're March 2nd and 3rd. We're going to put it on.
That's fantastic. And, Jim got to come and watch the Tier 1 course. And
Awesome.
All the comments you made. And for those people that are watching and don't know what IC1 is, that's our interior conflict in our Tier 1 series. Structural navigation. What a concept. And I know it can look, and we've been talking about this a lot. You made a comment during the class about it kind of being an offensive look, and feel in here. But
Meaning
sometimes-
going on offense versus defense,
Correct.
not offensive.
Not offensive.
Sometimes best defense is a good offense.
Maybe.
And that's what we
Yeah.
look at it like that.
Yeah.
You get caught in a structure, inside that structure, with an active shooter or any kind of terrorism act. Now you have to fight your way out.
Are you going to sit and wait? Are you going to sit and wait to find out if he's going to find you? Or are you going to go take care of this yourself?
So sometimes
I personally don't ever want to be a victim. And I'm not going to train people to be victims.
right, and so that's why it looks the way it does and feels the way it does, and it has its purpose now. Unfortunately, I mean, we can all sit around, hope and cross our fingers, but that's not a good tactic.
Or plan. Hope's not a good plan.
It's never a good plan.
Nope.
So what do we have coming up? I know we just sold out a CQB instructor on the law enforcement side. Got some openings in the April one, but as far as the open enrollment stuff, I think what's next?
I think we've got, a TAC rifle, tactical pistol course. We put them back-to-back days, so if people want to travel, they can get both days in. So instead of having a one-day course for just tactical rifle, we've combined them. Tactical pistol, tactical rifle, back-to-back days, so if you're coming from out of town to take the course, you can take both.
Right, that's new for this year.
Yep.
They're going to be Friday, Saturday, April 1st, April 2nd.
Yep.
At Bear Arms Range.
Yeah, down in Noblesville,
Yeah,
man.
which is
Awesome
great.
facility.
A little bit more central to Indiana, a little
Yep.
easier to get to with the highway system, and really excited about that. And weren't you an RSO there?
RSO at Fox Prairie there, that Bear Arms manages that.
Yeah.
About 100-yard range.
It's a nice range.
Yeah,
We went
yeah,
there a
great
couple
facility.
times. And the best part, what's the best thing that happened last year when we were on live fire range?
It rained every day.
Got to learn how to fight in the rain.
That's right.
That was the best part of the training.
What's that middle word in train? Or, train is rain. So, and we found it. So it was good for the students. I know they embraced it. They sucked it
Oh,
up.
they did well.
Yeah.
They did very well.
And adversity is where, in adversity,
Yeah.
we trained hard.
And some
that's
good
where you find yourself.
black patchers come out of those courses,
Yeah,
too. And
absolutely.
we'll be putting on a black patch event here soon.
Yeah, and for those listening, Black Patch is not always awarded every class. It's when we have, well, I'll let you explain it, Luke.
Well, the black patch represents a top performer, and I don't just mean whoever shot the best, whoever ran the fastest time, whoever shot the most accurate, who displayed leadership, who displayed teamwork, who supported each other, who was there to help, when somebody was struggling with something, and performed on top of all that. Because every single one of these courses, every single Tier 1 class you go into is designed to draw leadership out of each person attending. I will put you in positions that are outside of your norm, something you're not used to, but see how you react. Do you stand up and take the challenge, or do you blend into the crowd and just shoot the shot and be done?
That's probably one of the things I'm most excited about is with this MTAC partnership, there's so much training and education that goes on online or even at the range, shooting at paper or whatever. But you guys put people under stress. And then the cortisol, the adrenaline, having to be able to function and think and move under stress is a completely different animal.
So let me put you a little bit on the spot. First, I'll start talking about what you just said, is look how mentally fatigued those students were by the end of each day. And that is all of those things happening over and over again. And what happens to all those basic fundamentals when those happen? But overall, let me put you on the spot. Give me your raw interpretation of what you saw. Now, I know there's only one class so far, but give me a little.
It was 2 days.
Yep.
Yeah, it was 2 days. The second day, I couldn't get here for the morning. When I came here in the afternoon of the second day, and I was just observing, I wasn't participating, it was a different group of guys. I watched them run through exercises, and the way they walked, the way they stood, the way they communicated, the confidence they showed, the fear they didn't show. I didn't even recognize them. This was just the second day.
Yep.
And I just missed the first part of the second day, and it just shows you how fast people can adapt when you do put them under stress in a safe way, but still a stressful way.
And look
These
what else
guys
it can do.
adapted quickly.
Look what else it can do, right? You don't ever want the first time to experience that kind of stress for it to be that situation where it could be your
Life and death.
right? So we are able to build that here, provide that experience to a certain level, and really see how far these guys can go.
And there's nothing else like that within anywhere around Indiana.
That's right. That's right.
Or the Midwest.
Exactly.
So,
Well, I appreciate the input. I know you were giving me, and I know you gave Luke a lot of feedback during the weekend. It was refreshing to hear, especially with a man of that in front of a lot of students over the year and sees a lot. It really meant a lot to us to hear the praises, and I think it was pretty overwhelming at first. And when you came back on the second day, I think you realized, oh, I can do this.
yeah, I began to believe I might
He's gonna
survive.
get me in the
If I
right
sign up, I might actually survive. So
I think you can make
I'm
it
going to
through.
be one of your students here very soon.
Excellent.
Good, glad to hear it.
Excellent.
Looking forward to it.
Yep. So to continue on our Tier 1 path, we talked about the lack of people utilizing the shoot house for getting reps
Yeah,
in.
yeah. And I hear a lot of talk amongst my students, like, how do I clear my basement 5,000 times. I've cleared my house 5,000 times. Okay, so this tells me I need to provide an opportunity for them to get more reps. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this shoot house up for Tier 1 alumni to come in for a whole day. I'll set up drills for them, all that. It's $100 a head. Pay for your ammo. We can do as much as you want all day long. We'll just set up a date, at least, once a month, maybe twice a month?
We should be able to do that, especially like on a Friday. A lot of people can get
Fridays,
Fridays off.
I think Fridays are the go-to, and especially if, like, prior to the IC3 workshop, when I put that on for the guys going into IC3, that'll just build into that even more, and they'll be that much more technically proficient before they jump into IC3 because it's going to be a high-demand class.
Now, do you guys recommend TAC Pistol 1 and TAC Rifle 1 before doing the interior conflict?
Absolutely. I would, in a perfect world, I'd have all the time in the world to run you through all the flat range stuff, get your weapons handling down to a T before I even put you in the house. But it's not a perfect world, and civilians can't always get 2 weeks to go to a flat range to get spun up before they go into a class, right? So we work with what we got, and there's no prerequisites for IC 1 and 2.
Okay.
But for IC 3, you absolutely have to have TAC Pistol, TAC Rifle. At least the first course, TAC P1, TAC Rifle 1.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and so to put that together, we're going to start having basically an open shoe house that's Tier 1 interior conflict alumni only.
Yep.
$100 is it.
That's it.
Where normally a Friday here with some private, you know,
It's $100
instructions is
an hour.
$100 an hour.
Yeah, yeah.
So wow, what a great price for that. And then, you know, just pay for your ammo and come in and get reps.
And I think people should know they bring their own firearms.
Yeah.
Their
Yeah,
own
absolutely.
ARs. You guys fit them with adapters, and then they use the UT.
You don't have to
So
use
you're
it.
practicing with your own firearm.
Yep, whatever
That's
you're
a
going to be
key
fighting
thing.
with is what you're fighting with in here.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
and,
fantastic.
you know, that's what really turned a lot of people onto this type of technology is when I was, you know, back in the olden days, when I was on SWAT, we had ARs that were airsoft, and those things fell apart. It wasn't a good training tool. It was what we had, and we dealt with it. But at the end of the day, being able to use your own
Big time.
rifle
Yeah.
and train with it, novel concept.
Right.
So it's fantastic. So yes, they'll get to bring in their own AR. We'll get those up on the calendar really soon, probably in the next week. We'll start filling that out. In the meantime, obviously, we've got another IC1 coming up in May. I know that. But the bigger one, mid-April, IC2.
IC2.
So we've got how many IC1 graduates approximately?
IC1 graduates are just about 60.
So
Just-
we have
just under
60
60.
people out there, and I would probably say well over half of them have not taken IC1.
Over half are IC2.
Or, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
IC2,
yeah.
correct.
IC2,
Sorry.
yeah. More
Yeah.
than half have not taken IC2. And I tell you what, if they don't, that IC3, that beast, is sitting there waiting, and if they haven't had it, they're going to miss the boat.
You know, and you're laughing already. You've only known the guy for a couple of weeks, and what are you already thinking? Because I'm already thinking, the longer you let this guy sit here and plan this IC3, oh my gosh, I just can't even imagine what it's going to end up being like.
Right,
It's-
right.
I hear some of the stuff he says while we're in the office, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they need to get going on this. 'Cause-
Big time,
Yeah,
big- yeah.
absolutely.
But
Don't shortchange your training.
There's a TAC pistol and a TAC rifle before
Yeah.
they got to have that
One
for
and two.
IC3. Yeah, got to.
Yeah.
No, that's for IC4.
I know, but there's 1 and 2
Yeah,
before
yeah.
IC3.
But
The
I
potential.
mean, if you can get them both, great. That only sets you up even better.
Yeah.
But IC3, we got to have that TAC rifle 1 and TAC pistol 1 because weapons handling is not going to be something that is taken lightly in that course.
Absolutely.
Very good.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you for coming. Everybody, keep an eye out on the website. USCCA courses coming, new cadre coming to support that mission, and a lot of Tier 1 updates. Keep an eye out on the website. That's all we got from here.